Hello Internet, I'm HamsterBomb and you guys are watching another TFG figure review video-esque sort of thing. This is different than others I've done because this is a custom TFG that was sent to me by an amazing person and sculptor, Jay Degnan. I'm gonna give you guys a link to check out Jay Degnan's stuff on Pokemon Collectors, which if you do not know is basically a live journal group online. If you're passionate about collecting Pokemon stuff, you should probably get on Pokemon Collectors, and there's people out there who share your interests. There's all sorts of crazy, like, super detailed things you probably didn't even know existed is all over Pokemon Collectors. And the reason I was on there, mostly years back, was when I was collecting my Pokemon TFG figures, which are now nearly complete. And one thing that always bothered me about the TFG was that the official gym leaders were never completed. There were 3 sets of the TFG, the Pokemon Trading Figure game, of which, if you want to see more of these little things, I have playlists upon playlists of these things. You can check the playlist this video is in right now. Also, just go to my channel, type in Pokemon TFG. There's tons of these things. I even have custom painted shiny ones that I've done. Because obviously it's not just the Pokemon themselves. What's so cool is also they had trainers. And some of these trainers are gym leaders. Not all of them were, but some of them were gym leaders. And since the first 3 sets came with 2 gym leaders. The first set came with Brock and Misty. We can kind of see them back there. How about we move our focus just a bit so we can see these guys? So we can kind of see in the background we have Brock and Misty from the first set. We have Lieutenant Surgeon Erica from the 3rd set, actually, because for some reason in the 2nd set we jumped ahead to Koga and Sabrina, 2 of the rarest TFG figures you'll ever see, by the way. And of course that left 2 gym leaders missing. And I have another video in my TFG set showing Jay Degnan's previous figure that he sent to me, an amazing Blaine, which is back here as well. And this video is not about the Blaine. I absolutely adore the Blaine, and I show this to anybody who's interested at all in my TFG stuff and they come over to my place and look at my huge collection over to the side. And it always bothered me that those 2 gym leaders were always missing, because if we had a 4th set, you guys know it, we would have had Giovanni and Blaine as the final gym leaders to round out Kanto, but it never happened. So instead it is kind of left up to us to imagine what these would look like, or to have amazing sculptors like Jay Degnan to basically make them ourselves. And I am so excited to get to show you guys this. Jay actually, I'm just gonna say Jay, it's easier. Jay actually messaged me kind of out of the blue if I would be interested in a Giovanni, and of course I was like, yes. I'd be super thrilled to show off a Giovanni and make another video and show off how great I'm sure it's going to be. So that's basically what this video is going to be all about. I want to showcase the final Kanto gym leader, Giovanni, who at the very least in my collection gets to come home and showcase the fact that we have a complete gym leader set now, that the unfinished work that the TFG gave is finally here at home. And this thing looks incredible. I just want to say that. Could be, you really can't really tell of how small this is. Here's my ugly thumb. That's just his face. Can you imagine? I've done sculpting and painting stuff of things about this size. Can you imagine trying to make a face sculpted and painted at that size? His lips and mouth and everything are sculpted in there. It's so tiny, it's unreal. And also, I love the tiny little Master Ball. Another touch that would be so difficult to get right. I could probably get closer if I can get my focus to behave here. Hold on, I'm setting this to manual so it looks nicer. So you can actually get a good look there at how detailed this little guy is. And I mean little, these things are small. Actually, it's why the TFG largely was discontinued, because of how fragile they were. They were so tiny that they were just breaking. Also, another touch that is really interesting, I like to point out, is that itty-bitty little R. It is not only painted that scale, it's also sculpted that small to make its own shadows in there, as if it was like a badge, you know, on his own jacket. Looks very nice. And another piece that Jay wanted to point out for us. Keep in mind that the entire suit is matte paint, and the shoes he's got some glossy, shiny shoes. That is really nice. I like that touch. That's the kind of stuff that I do when I paint models and stuff for myself. I always think, should this shine or should this be matte? And that's something you really need to take into account when you're making models and trying to figure out how you want them to paint, because it will look really weird when you're done if you made, say, like his suit was really shiny and his shoes inversely were matte. It would look weird. So this is perfect. He's got like nice shining shoes, a business suit. I love the master ball touch. This is just perfect. Like if I can imagine a Giovanni, especially the Blaine. I love the Blaine too. And if you want to see a closer look on the Blaine, I've got a whole video on him. Then I don't know. This is just spectacular. He also made another Giovanni. I've seen it maybe on his page right now. I can't confirm that. Where he's like seated in an executive chair, and I was like, oh man, that one is so cool. Though honestly, if I was gonna pick, I'm not sure which one I would rather have as like the TFG figure. Which one I think they would have gone with? They probably would have gone with him standing. No one else has like a chair or anything like that. Though the one in the chair is seated is very, very cool. So I do recommend you check out the rest of his stuff. I know he is collecting a lot of other Pokemon TFGs. He is loftily, I will admit, yes, but he is searching for someone out there who has an extra Mewtwo TFG, and he's willing to sculpt and make anything you want out of these Pokemon things. I assume it's what he told me, so if that's not true, I'm sorry. But anyway, I know that he's particularly looking for Mewtwo. There's probably others that he's looking for as well, so if you got some extras, and I've got some extras too, though I don't really have any extras of rare stuff, unfortunately, I don't anymore. Then shoot him a message on Pokemon Collectors. That's basically all LiveJournal's about, is just sending people messages saying, finding like-minded people who have, similar tastes of these crazy, rare and interesting little Pokemon things that you can find out there. He was also nice enough to send me a stand, not the spinner itself. I put him on a spinner, and unfortunately the stand he's actually glued onto would probably require some drilling on the underside for him to have a proper spinnable base. The Blaine, I don't know if I glued him on. No, I did not. Okay, so I put him onto a spinning one myself that actually still functioned. These things are not, like growing on trees. These things are getting harder and harder to find, these spinning bases. So it's nice enough that he actually stuck one down for me. So I really appreciate that. I'm super thankful for this guy. You have no idea how excited I am to see the complete gym leader set. And just to like completely screw this whole thing over, I'm going to go autofocus for a moment just so I can turn this whole thing and show you. Briefly, just so you can look crudely to my side, this is my complete TFG case, okay? So, and I have the whole thing organized with, like, tiers, and it used to be based on sets with, like, Next Quest at the top and Groundbreakers and the third set down below. And now I've kind of have it scattered based on, ironically, and this was not by chance, this is before Jay Degnan even contacted me, by gym leaders. So now it's like rock type, water type, there's grass, and it's all based on which gym leader would these Pokemon go with. And then I have my shinies kind of down below because I don't want them collecting dust in this big glass case. So I was super excited that out of the blue, I got this message from Jay Degnan saying that he's like, that Giovanni that I said I was going to do a long time ago, he said he was going to do this before. And he said, there's something about it, it's just not looking right. I'm not happy with it. And I was real disappointed. I was like, oh man, it's okay. I'd rather you be satisfied with the end product than send something in that I show off to everybody and you're embarrassed about it. So for sure, that was the right decision to make. And it was worth the wait. This is unbelievable. I'm so excited to finally get to showcase all of these guys together. All of the gym leaders are finally here. And man, I'm just super excited. So if you want to have a link to Jay Degnan's stuff or contact Jay Degnan, you can use a link that I'll have down in the description for you guys. As I mentioned, he's interested in doing Pokemon TFG. I believe he has also done replicas of some of the super rare ones. You can correct me if I'm wrong there. I believe that's true. So if you're interested in doing something like that, maybe if you're trying to complete a collection, like honestly, I am not completely finished with my third set. And it's because there's some figures that you really just can't find, like Tyrogue, Sneasel, Plusle Minin. Some of those are just crazy rare, and they just don't turn up. So some people actually go to people like Jay Degnan to make a sculpt that looks just like it, and you kind of like consider that part of the collection because it's practically impossible to find one of those. So regardless, I just want to let you guys see this amazing work. I don't want something this cool to be hiding in my glass case that I'll get to see every day and I won't be able to share with you. So I want to make absolutely sure that I get to showcase this awesome work by Jay Degnan, so you all get to see this amazing Giovanni before he goes and becomes a Pokemon Master over the side, because I'm probably going to have him, I don't know, stand by Mewtwo, because he's got the Master Ball, which means Sabrina, I'm yanking that from you, because he used to be over there. But regardless, that is all the time I have for now. Thank you so much to Jay Degnan for sending this amazing Giovanni figure my way. I really appreciate it. You have no idea. I am so excited to have this guy here. And thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like the videos and subscribe for more. I will see you all in the next video. Bye!